Welcome guys to another Happy Crafting Lady video. Today, as you can probably tell, we're working with our silicone molds, our little circles. A couple months ago, I made these, which are huge. They came out huge because I used these really big seashells. Even it's still poking out a little bit. I used these really big seashells, so I had to use a ton of resin to cover it, and I still didn't even cover it. So they look more like giant like paperweights or something rather than coasters. So I went and I got myself some tiny little seashells, some cutesy little guys in here. I haven't opened this yet, but we'll get into that today. So we're gonna try and recreate this, not try, we will be successful. We will recreate this, which still looks awesome. It just wasn't what I wanted it to be today with our sand and our resin and all of our stuff. And I'm gonna be using my new mica powder, so the color is probably not gonna be exactly the same as this. Anyways, let's get started. Now I'm going to take, and I'm gonna start out with just a little bit. I'm gonna put some of the sand that I got. It's just a little thing of sand. All right, and we are gonna mix this in. Boop, boop. We wanna make sure it's all wet. Okay, I can use some more sand. All right. Boop, someone's outside. Boop. All right, I think I can use a little bit more. Everything is nice and wet. We don't want it to be too dry, but we also don't want it to be too wet because I want it to kind of stay where I put it when I put it in the mold. I don't want it to go everywhere. Oop. All right, I think, well, what do you guys think? I think it's still a little too wet. Because the last thing I want is for it to like schmoove and like spread out all over the bottom of the mold. I want it to, if I make like a, okay, so the goal is I'm gonna put some on just one part like this, and I'm gonna have it like built up a little bit, and then on the other side we're gonna mix our mica powders with our resin separately. And then we're gonna put the water on. But I need the beach to stay put. I need it not to be all over the mold. I just need it to be where I put it. Okay, I think just a hair more sand, and then we will be where I want it to be. Of course, I use the word hair very lightly because that was more than a hair. All right, this is definitely more of the consistency that I'm looking for here. I'm breaking my popsicle stick. Oh. All right. I think that is pretty great. All right, I'm gonna move this out of the way because I'm not using my resin right now. All right, here we go. All right, I'm just gonna take a little bit of it and I'm gonna put it, I'm gonna put it on the side here. It's still moving a little bit. That'll be all right. Okay, and since I dropped some in here a minute ago, I'm gonna try and a little bit more here. It's okay if there's a little bit of sand in our beach water. Yes, beach water, that's the terminology that I'm going with. It's okay if there's a little bit of sand out in the ocean. Sand in the ocean. Okay, all right. Getting this literally everywhere. Oop. All right. And the fact that it's kind of moving out a little bit, I'm okay with a little bit of movement. I just don't want it to like spread across the entire coaster. Kind of pull it up a little bit, kind of try and pull some of this back up. I know it's gonna mush back down, but I just don't want it to moosh out too much before we, and I'm not gonna be doing the blue right now. I'm gonna let my sand kind of solidify a little bit, and I'll come back probably later tonight once this has decided to stop moving around. I'm gonna put some more here. I'm getting it literally everywhere. I got it on my table. I've got it all over the mold. Okay. I think this is our smallest beach, so we're gonna I am, however, going to go ahead and add some shells to the beach part so that they will be set as well before we come and do the blue, because we don't want our beach stuff mixing in with our blue when we come to put our blue on. So it'll be easier if we went ahead and put some of those on. All right, that's all goopified. It's literally everywhere. I'll fix that later. All right, now I'm gonna open this, which, oh no, it has tape on it. Okay, what do I have? Where's my X-Acto knife? There it is. All right, cut that tape. Put that back in there. Aha, cute. Okay, so I'm gonna take a couple of these and I'm just gonna, hopefully it stays on top. Put one over here. Oh, these are so cute. Put one there. Put one like in the middle. Awesome. Okay, now I want some little seashells. Oof. Not too tiny. That's a good one. And we'll put that there. Ooh, and then this little black one, we'll stick him over here. Oh, this is too cute. Okay. Just kind of let them go where they want to go. You don't want to be like, hey, do what I said. Well, you might be like that. Oop. Oop. Ooh, shiny. Oh no, and I'm gonna have that song stuck in my head all day. Gonna have to go watch that movie later. All right, they are sinking. Well, at least the little stars don't look to be sinking too much. Should still be able to see them either way. And if I need to, I can put some more on there later. All right, so I'm gonna let this sit for a while. I'm gonna probably clean some of this up because I don't want this stuff stuck onto the dishes. The dishes? The molds. And then we will come back later when this is more solid and we will add our blue and then probably a little bit of white as well to make it look like, you know, waves crashing on the beach. All right, we'll be back later, guys, to finish this up. All right, guys, we're back. I've let this sit for a little bit over an hour or so. I used my torch and I popped a couple of the bubbles on the top. I didn't pop the bubbles that you'll see along the edge because I thought it made it look more like water on the beach. I have 3 cups of resin, little cups. So this one that has just a little bit in it, I'm going to be adding some white alcohol ink into this to pour to make it look like waves. And then these two, I'm gonna be doing some of this navy blue and some of this blush green mica powder in the package to make my water. So I'm gonna open the package carefully. All right, now I'm gonna use a fresh stick and I'm just gonna get, that's more than I want. That's more than I want. A little bit of the mica powder and, all right, so that is our navy blue. I'm gonna seal this back up. Now blush green. Okay, I'm gonna move the blue so I don't accidentally get the green in there. Actually, I don't want it in the white either, so I'm gonna move both of those. All right, now blush green. I'm gonna get a fresh stick. That's a good amount. All right, close this up. And now we're going to very carefully push the powder into the resin. We don't want it to go everywhere like I have done in previous videos. Ooh, that's so shiny. All right, we're gonna stir, stir, stir. Make sure we've got this mixed in. All right, looks awesome. All right, now we're gonna mix in our navy blue. All right, that looks good. Now I'm gonna put, I think I'm gonna do this blue more towards the beach. So I'm gonna do the, how do I wanna do this? Okay, I'm gonna start with this one and I'm gonna pour it along the edge of the beach. And I'm probably just gonna end up mixing the colors anyways. Right along the edge of the beach. Now I'm trying to remember, I don't want this to be too, oh, this cup is in the way, okay. I don't want it to be too thick. And I also wanna make sure I have enough to do all of the beaches. Okay, I'm gonna save that in case if I wanna like do a little drizzle later on. All right, and now I'm gonna start on the outside. Just kind of pour a little bit of that there. All right, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to mix my Blanco Blanco alcohol ink in this, and then we're going to do, oh, that's getting a little stuck there. And then we're gonna make our wavy looking things, and we will come back after this part has dried and do a little bit of a clear over the whole thing. Hopefully it won't take too much. Whoop. All right, now while I'm gonna do this is I'm gonna use my stick and I'm just gonna do a little drizzle like this, right along the edge of the water. All right. Ooh. Okay, now we're gonna set that aside. And I guess I'll use my torch. And we're just gonna pop some bubbles and kind of especially the white, it really gets moving, I should say would be the appropriate word, I think. Whenever you heat it up, it moves around more. Maybe I'll use my heat gun. Maybe not. Maybe I'll just kind of let it do its thing. Maybe I'll blow on it a little bit. All right, guys, so we're gonna let this sit. It'll need to cure for a while, so I'll probably come back in the morning and see how it's doing. It doesn't have to be 100% cured before I can put the clear on it. I just need the top to be mostly solid so that whenever I pour the clear on top, it doesn't affect anything. So we're gonna go a couple hours or so, and then we'll come back and I'll put the clear layer on top. And then after it's solidified, probably a day or two, I'll come back and I'll unmold and we can see how these came out. So we're just gonna pour this on top until our seashells and our sand are covered, and then we're gonna let this harden and then we'll take them out. So here we go with this part. I'm gonna have to mix more resin. That's good enough. All right, well, I'm gonna mix some more resin and then we'll be back. All right, now this one should be good. Everything looks to be nice and covered, and we're gonna pop bubbles with my torch in a minute. We're gonna cover these ones. This one needs a little bit more. You can see that seashell popping up. Okay, I think I'm back now. We're gonna pop bubbles. I don't know how well you guys can see. There's a lot of bubbles. And I'll probably come back in a couple of minutes and see which, like if more bubbles have come to the top. And then torch those as well. Taking off my gloves because I'm done with that. All right, we will come back whenever these are cured and we will take them out of the molds. All right, guys, we're back with our beach scene coasters. We are on a different table today because my usual table that I do my videos on is completely covered with coasters for a craft fair that I'm doing for a friend. So we're on my coffee table today. We're gonna unmold these real quick. Shouldn't take too long, and then you guys will be able to see what we made. Here's one of our coasters. I'm gonna have to clip the edges a little bit on it, but you can see our cute little seashells and our little beach waves. Came out awesome, and it's much thinner. The other one was like twice as thick as this, so it's much thinner than the ones we did before, or the ones I did before. That didn't work out so well. Another one, again, gonna need to clip the edges, but that's gonna be on a lot of them. But came out super awesome. I love the way these look. All right, there's two. Here's another one. There's a little air bubble, but I think it just makes it look like it's in water. So that's cool. Move that. Bring this one in. Adorable. I use that word a lot apparently. I was rewatching a video that I did and I was like, adorable, 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 adorable. So apparently when I like something, that is the word that I like to use. I love this seashell. I love the colors of it. It's just adorable. All right, guys, last one. Awesome. All right, so here's our, this way. Here's our little beach coasters that we did. Awesome. They came out fantastic and so much thinner, much more like a coaster than the ones that I did before. The bottoms look cool too. Maybe I'll do some one time that's just sand and I won't use any of the little seashells because I could have made them even a little bit thinner than this because this is still pretty thick for a coaster if I hadn't have done the shells. So we'll try something else different next time. Anyways, thanks for watching. Make sure that you like my video, subscribe to my channel, check out some of my other videos that I've done in the past. And if you ring the bell, you'll know whenever I'm gonna come out with a new video, something different, who knows. Anyways, I hope you guys have a great day and I'll see you next time.